I went for a walk this morning to get some sun, and I walked past the synagogue where I did my bar mitzvah almost 20 years ago. And there were a couple of young boys outside. The synagogue was open, so I asked one of them if they're preparing for the bar mitzvah. And he goes, "Oh, we're doing it today. We're about to do it." And the grandmother came out. They were preparing, people were still coming in. It was early. So I talked to the grandma a little bit, and she seemed more of a woman of faith. And yet, she looked very sad and disturbed. And I spoke to her. I asked her about the background and, the family. She said she grew up in the synagogue. She understands she's mostly religious, but her family is not. She is the mother of the father. They don't follow her. They don't follow Torah. And I asked her, did you talk to him? Did you guide him, your grandson? She said, I tried, but the kids today, they don't listen. They don't care. And how sad was that to hear from her? And she knows he doesn't understand anything, talking about her grandson. And she said, well, even if you're not religious, at least know the basics. There's a saying in Judaism, know where you're coming from, know where you're going, and know in the presence of whom do you stand, referring to the Lord. He doesn't even know that, he doesn't get it, and he doesn't care. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why is he doing a bar mitzvah then? Doesn't he know the meaning of what he's about to do? Everybody's showing up telling him, Mazal Tov, Mazal Tov, which is like the Hebrew for congratulations, etc. Everybody's so happy for him, as if it's some day of a celebration. Grandma doesn't think so, and I didn't either. And we talked about the spiritual state in Israel, and she goes, it's so sad to see how hateful people are. And they don't care for God, they don't want God, they're just hateful all the time. Brother against brother. And we're standing there at the synagogue right across the street from the city hall, where they are waving a pride flag, one of those gay rainbow flags. And I told her, look at that, right across from the synagogue, as if they're saying to God, look at us, right? Waving a pride flag for the abomination, for sexual immorality, right across the street from the synagogue. It's so sad. And I sat there outside contemplating whether I should go in or not, and eventually the Lord told me to go back home. And I'm thinking to myself, why even do a bar mitzvah? You'd be so much better off not doing it. Because basically, what you're doing is making a public confession that you are now of age to keep the commandments of understanding the Torah, of doing what's right in the presence of God, but really you have no such commitment in your heart. So technically what you're doing is making a statement and an obligation. I am now liable to judgment, but I have no intention of keeping the law. Which is basically saying, I am a publicly known, renowned criminal. Because the kid is not about to keep Torah, he has no such intention. He just enjoys the celebration, getting all the money, the candy. I remember I was 13 once. I didn't follow Torah, neither did my parents or my grandparents. But well, bar mitzvah, you get a big celebration, they give you all the checks. I got a lot of money for my bar mitzvah. But I had no knowledge of God or His Torah. And how sad is that? Why do a bar mitzvah at all? You'd be so much better off. Just don't.